Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to Prophecy Talk. I'm your host, the gracious host there is, Archbishop Kifa Ben Israel, Doctor of Divinity, Apostle in the body of Messiah. So happy that I'm here alive today. As some of you know, I went through several medical emergencies and so on like that took me out for quite some time. I'm over ecstatic, overjoyed that I am back in action. At least for now. I've been trying to get some rest. That's difficult. I was suffering from several different things: abdominal, heart, kidneys, so on like that. And when you're dealing with those type of things, you try to deal with them accordingly. And I don't think there's any um, I don't know. I don't think there's any real way to deal with it. If I'm being honest about it, there's not a real way to deal with physical issues. You just deal with them, and you deal with them the best way you know how. And Lord knows I've been on the shelf, on the mend, as they call it, for quite some time. I've struggled through a lot of different things in my personal life. You know, those are things that happen. Those are things that happen. And the Most High gives you the strength to deal with those things, to deal with those situations as much as possible. I know we all want to be like supermen, superwomen, and we want to act like we can handle so much. But the truth of the matter is that there comes a point in time in your life when you have to just take take it easy. I mean, there's really no other way for me to put it. There's a point in time in your life where you just got to take it easy and you just got to count your blessings for when things happen and pray to the Most High. You got to make it personal. Got to make it personal. Can't make it. Well, I guess you can have a selfish prayer when it comes down to stuff like that. But for me, I was dealing with a lot. And let's just say that the Most High has really blessed me to make it through everything. I've learned not to tell everything that you know. You ain't got to tell everybody everything that's been going on with you. Point is, you ain't been around. They haven't seen you. So the key to that is, what are you gonna do with all of those things when they come up and compile you? I'm in my 50s, and at my age, in the physical condition that I'm in, certain things are to be expected, and then some things are not. A lot of people say, "Well, don't claim this and don't claim that." I, you know, I understand when people are talking about things and they don't purposely claim stuff. They don't purposely claim stuff. But there is a point in time where we have to admit that we need to do better by our bodies. We need to do better by ourselves to improve that which we probably have not been doing a good job doing. And that's the case. So I thank the Most High, and I thank all the people that were instrumental in helping me spiritually. I know you were praying for me. I know you had my back. I want to especially thank my broadcast partner, my teaching partner, Elder Bonita Lucas, who's always there. Her and her mother are always praying for me, no matter what. and I could never replace the love and the care that Elder Lucas and her mother have given to me over the years. It hadn't just started like that. It was, I mean, it's been years and years of praying for me. Because Lord knows I've been the odd one out of the bunch that traveled extensively. So somebody had to keep me in prayer. And her sister, Lisa McQuaid, uh, you know, she's closer to me as far as distance is concerned. She's in California. I'm in Portland, Oregon. And these people I grew up with them, and they are stellar people, all-star people with a tremendous attitude of victory. Been in the church all they live life, and they just are wonderful people, and I love them to life. And then, of course, there's a lot of people along the way that have truly blessed me. Prophetess Cynthia Nixon, I see you. She's another one down there in Lakeland, Florida. Just been an inspiration to me. Has really helped me along the way. Um, has not wavered in faith in me. She came up under my covering. She became my friend. She also became somebody that I could go to in confidence. Her son became like a son to me, and they really are people that I just have so much admiration for, so much admiration, so much respect for them because they've been with me on this long journey. I tallied up my experience, and I've been ministering, preaching, prophesying, all those things for well into the 30-year mark. So that's a long time. And let me give some of you younger prophets a word of advice. Don't always look for approval. Help me, somebody. Don't always look for approval, because when people approve of everything that you do, it can be good or bad. But on the spiritual senses, it's not a good thing, because prophets were not made for approval. Prophets were made to go against the opposition of sin. I need somebody to hear me out there. Prophets were made for the opposition to go against sin, to go against sin. And I said that when I realized I was a prophet, this is going to help somebody. When I realized it, I mean, I always had an inclination because my church background, and because my mother was a constant praiser. Every time you turn around, my mom was praising, whether it be in church or whether it's in the kitchen or whether it was her whooping my behind, wherever she was a praiser. So when I realized that I had the gift of prophecy, and I was operating in a full swing of prophecy, it was not a pleasurable thing, because I would see things about people, and with no type of discipline or anything like that, I would speak out uh, the things I see. That's not always a good thing, and it's not always a proper thing to do. I just want y'all to know that. Just because you have the call or the inclination of the prophet does not mean that every little thing that you see is meant for the consumption of people to know. It's not always like that. So I had when I was in those stages and stuff like that, and I was pretty smart at a young age, and I realized that I was a prophet. Even growing up in the Baptist church, I studied Marcerello. I studied Oral Roberts. I studied William Brennahan and Smith and all those guys. These were heavy hitters in the body of Messiah. These are guys that were well respected in the world. Jim Baker. I was brought up in the time of PTL. So I understood. And for those of you that don't know, PTL, the Praise the Lord TV show, is the reason why you have the TBN programming like you do. I don't want to go into the history and all that other stuff, but all that was part of my past. I grew up on the BB and CC Winans, Andre Crouch, Clark sisters. These were gospel icons in my time. I knew about that. But anyway, as I was saying, when I understood that I was a prophet, I also understood that there was going to be a point in my life of isolation. And I went through that isolation, if you will, that point in my life of that. And I knew I had to repent of a lot of things, but pride kicked in and kept me from admitting a lot of things. Hello, somebody. So I went through years and years of turmoil, battling with myself. And you have to remember the Bible tells us that gifts and callings come without repentance. So I was always gifted with the ability to sing, play music, to dissect the Bible. There was always a gift that was naturally in me, but I wrestled in the turmoil of my life with these gifts. Don't never let anybody tell you that having gifts are comfortable, because having gifts can be the most uncomfortable thing that a gifted individual will ever go through. And you will struggle, you will fight within yourself. I fought within myself with a lot of things. And then I came into the knowledge of the truth. Now, a lot of people call what they preach truth. And I've broken it down for many, many years and into many, many different forms for what truth really is. Truth is the raw, uncut, unadulterated gospel. That's what it is. The word gospel means good news. So I came into what they call the Hebrew roots teaching. I can't remember the first person it was that I heard, but at the time I was following a ministry out of Detroit, Michigan, that was using the Hebrew names of the Messiah, which was Yeshua, Yahusha, and the Hebrew name of God, which at that time I was using the name Yahweh, in which at this present time I use the name that was written upon the hearts in Exodus, the third chapter, around about the 15th verse, and that is Yet He or Yet He, which transliterated means Yahuwah. So I came into the knowledge of all of that, and little did I know I was going to come up against great opposition like I have. The lack of friendship, the lack of a camaraderie, if you will, with other ministers. I've had my heyday in the Christian faith with being ordained as a bishop. Of course, I'm still an archbishop, and that just simply means that I am an overseer, an apostle. That's basically what that means. Okay. Even though it is not the full writing and understanding of what that means, that's kind of like what it means. Because I know a lot of people are like, what is an archbishop? Why does he call himself archbishop? Well, first of all, I don't call myself anything outside of who I am. All right. And I just really want to be able to relay the word of truth and be transparent and be open to people about the name of Yahuwah, the blessings of the Son, the Messiah, Yahusha. For, without that understanding, without that bit of knowledge, I would not be able to do what I do. I believe in the technology of today. I believe that before it's all said and done, technology will be the way that we use to communicate the gospel across the world. It's already happening because look at podcasts everywhere. Podcasts everywhere. People are listening, they're watching, doing all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, we are in, if anybody was to ever question what time we're living in, we are definitely living in the end time. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. We're living in a time of judgment. We're living in a time of abrasiveness. Look at our world government and things going on. I mean, I'm going to be prophesying about a lot of that stuff here real soon. Not at this present moment, but real soon you're going to be hearing me prophesy about a lot of this stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're going to. I wanted to come on a miscellaneous day to just basically talk to you. I'm again in another transition of changing things. We've been studying things such as the book of Enoch. We've been going into, a lot of things when it comes to prophecy. Starting on tomorrow afternoon, because I'm going to start doing these programs in an early time slot. Don't know what on East Coast time those time slots are going to be, but with me, they're probably going to be like between a 12-ish or 1-ish realm on the Pacific time zone, which is about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the Eastern time zone. So you guys are going to have to catch me on the early time zone because now I'm doing a lot of exercises. I'm doing a lot of things in my recovery. So you guys will just have to catch me on earlier time slots. If not, whatever platform you're watching me on, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, there are replays. You can go back and watch the replays of everything that I put up so that you can get a collective of what's there. I'm going to try to give a daily word, whether it be a 15-minute word, whether it be 20 minutes, whatever. I'm not even going to try to put a time limit on it. I just know that that's what I'm going to attempt to do um, daily. Okay. Apostle Jay Burton, prophetess Lisa Burton, they do a broadcast on Sabbath day that I'm still behind and support 100%. So I'm trying to work my schedule around what they do opposed to when I come on. Okay. And it's beautiful when you have people that can believe in your vision and believe in the motion of your vision like they do. Apostle J, Prophetess Lisa have been around me for quite some time. Whew. This takes a lot because this is the first time I've actually been on camera and exercise my voice in such a way. So that's why I say we're going to be doing things on a 15, 20-minute interlude or so on like that to get me back in the swing of getting used to doing things. So I hope that is understandable to a lot of you out there. As powerful spiritually as the Lord has made me, I'm not Superman. Not trying to be Superman. And I just want people to understand that. And hopefully we can do this thing accordingly as the Most High has given to me, as I prophesy, as I teach, as I preach. Pray my strength for those of you that have the power of prayer, because I want to get stronger. I'm going to get stronger, and I'm going to get to the point where the devil is going to be very angry. He's angry now because I'm on here. He's very angry right now. Listen, in order for us to continue to do what we do, I need you all to financially sow into this, what we are doing. At the bottom of the screen, right up under my name, Archbishop Kiefer Ben Israel DD, you see the ways that we use to give. PayPal.me/ Dawn of Prophecy 777. And then you have the Cash App, which is $ Chief Apostle Kepha. Now remember, Kepha is spelled Kepha. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the better one for most people to use. But we need you to sow into what we're doing so that we can continue the work that we are currently doing. I want to leave you guys with a word of knowledge, with something that you can carry on until we meet again. I want to go to the book of Enoch, chapter number 7. I want to go to the book of Enoch, chapter number 7. As soon as I find what I'm looking for, okay. The book of Enoch, chapter number 7. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I think I need to alert people to the activities of the fallen angels and to the activities that are happening in the earth realm. So, excuse me. Verse number 1, it says, "It happened after the sons of men had multiplied in those days that daughters were born to them, elegant and beautiful." Verse number 2, "And when the watchers, the sons of heaven," quote, might you, "when the watchers, the sons of heaven, beheld them, they became enamored of them, saying to each other, Come, let us select for ourselves women, the progeny of men, and let us beget children." Even the fallen angels, in which we call them demons, were impressed by the creation of the Most High. What people have failed to consume is that the woman was made of the rib of man. And it was Adam that named the woman and said that she came from my womb. She's flesh of my flesh, bone of my bones. She is woman. She came from the womb of man. She is the 13th rib. This is something that a lot of people have missed in their normal teaching. Woman was not made as a opposition to man, but she was made as a co-equal to man because of her positioning. She was taken from man, so man is always, most definitely, going to be looking for that rib that is missing. In the book of Genesis, it calls it the help meet. All right now? So man is constantly looking for the piece of him to complete him. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. It is not the woman that is complete by the man, but it is the man that is complete by the woman because of the origin and the fact of where she came from and the fact of the strength being in the number 13. The number 13 represents power, unlimited power. Okay? Let me keep on reading because I want to leave this with y'all. Verse number 3. Then their leader, Simhijah, said to them, I'm talking about the leader of the fallen angels, said to them, I fear that you, talking about the other fallen angels, may perhaps be indisposed to the performance of this enterprise, and that I alone shall suffer so grievous a crime. They knew, he knew, everybody knew that touching the women was a crime. Y'all don't hear me now. The one way to knock things off balance was to procreate and dissipate the purpose of the woman as far as her job with man by mixing her with demon. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Verse number 6. But they all, and they answered him and said, we all swear and bind ourselves to mutual excretions that we will not change our intention, but execute our projected undertaking. Then they all swore all together and all bound themselves by mutual excretions. Their whole number was 200. And who descended upon Ardis, which is the top of the mountain Sharon. Let me speak to somebody out there and leave this word with you quickly. The enemy has conspired with your enemies for your downfall. Hear me now. The enemy has conspired with your enemies for your downfall. They are dedicated to not only making your life a hell, but your purpose never to come to pass. I told you earlier when I was talking that when I realized that I was a prophet, things started to change for me. I started going through transformations and guilt trips within myself. That's only because I knew that isolation was coming and I was going to have to find my way out of isolation and couldn't depend on nobody. You have to understand that you have been born for a purpose. Your purpose is greater than your need. Some of you have been set up by the devil, and he's ready to try to take your purpose away because you were born of the Holy Spirit. I know what I'm talking about. You were born with unnatural gifts that make you a threat to the kingdom of Satan. And because of that, he has conspired with your enemies. Who am I talking to? He is conspiring against you because of your creation. Has nothing to do with what you did, how you did it, because some of you are on a guilt trip. You're worried about all these things that you shouldn't even worry about. He has placed you as a procreation and now a creation of purpose. Help me, somebody. A creation of purpose. He is going to try everything physical, everything mental, everything cross-lateral to stop you in your now. As I leave you with a note of word tonight, remember that the Bible tells us in Isaiah 54:17 that no weapon that is formed against us shall be able to prosper. No weapon. Do you hear what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing that has been formed can stop your purpose and your design of purpose. There are many things that we lack integrity in, but there are also many things that we've stepped outside of our boundary of ability in. But the Lord, y'all better hear what I'm saying. But the Lord, Adonai, my Lord, my master, the runner and the ruler of the ship of this tank that's not worthy, has given me ability to understand not to trust everybody. Your enemies have conspired to stop you. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Well, my suggestion is, or better yet, let me prophesy to you. Trouble don't last always. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Just when they feel like they have you pinned against the wall itself is not enough support for the power that is on the inside of you. You have the power to rebuke the enemy in this hour. Even though the fallen angels had come together in agreement with Semajah. The power of creation overwhelmed them. Yes, they produced a hybrid civilization called Nephilim. Yes, they did that. But the Nephilim do not have the promise of the creation. The Bible tells us that we were born of the seed of a woman, and it was designed that way so that we can go through the valley of wonders, the canal of the portal of present and non-present. Help me, somebody. The portal of non-presence and presence. I'm leaving you with this word because I'm getting a little short-winded, but I'm getting excited. Can't help but get excited about the truth of the word of prophecy. And the truth of the matter is that your best is yet to come. What you conspire to think the enemy is trying to take away, and you shall recover, and you shall be made whole. I don't know who I'm talking to on this evening or this afternoon or whenever you're watching this, but I do know that this is your season. No matter how much the enemy tries to conspire, and no matter how many times he gets people to agree, if it's you against the world, it's you against the world. Remember, Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall be able to prosper, for this is the heritage of the sons of God. And every tongue that rises up in condemnation shall be, not won't be, but shall be condemned. Shall be. Whew. Let me get ready to go. Your enemies have conspired, but they will not succeed. Somebody need to hear that. They will not succeed, for the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I speak life into all those that are listening to me right now. And I speak everlasting fulfillment of prophecy right now. Everlasting fulfillment of prophecy at this very moment. Listen, I've had fun. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this as much as possible. Ain't no devil in hell stop me from getting what I need to get and where I need to go. So the best is yet to come. I'm Archbishop Kiva Ben Israel, Doctor of Divinity and Apostle in the Lord's Church, saying Shalom.